What you doing, Candleman?
Hi. What y'all doing? I'm supposed to go mow the lawn before it gets rained on.
Why are you not, why are you talking like that?
What do you mean, like what?
Remember that video you did that say these words?
Yeah.
And you had to say like vanilla.
Vanilla?
That's not how you said it.
Vanilla?
Vanilla.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of our most popular videos ever.
What, that I'm an idiot?
Pretty much. All right.
All right. Love y'all.
What do you say?
I don't know what I say. Oh, you want me to do my catchphrase, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all keep your wicks trimmed and wiki.
Hi everyone, it's Victoria with Candles by Victoria. Happy Friday! How are you guys doing? So good to see ya. You saw a little bit of Candleman there in the beginning. Sorry, I'm just putting some lotion on. I was putting lotion on, I started the video and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm doing too much at one time here. Anyway, happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great week. First thing I want to say is that we are praying for our customers and our friends that are in the path of Hurricane Florence. What a scary thing to go through. We've been through a little flood in our house before. Nothing compared to what you guys are dealing with. And we are praying for you. I woke up this morning with all of you on my mind. And looks like she's a slow moving little hurricane. So I don't know. I don't know. I've been watching the news, and I just want y'all to know that we're thinking about you. So, yeah, I was thinking about what am I going to talk about in today's video, because we have been so busy this week that I don't even have anything cute to show y'all. So, yeah, I was thinking, what could I talk about? And I was like, what's one of the questions you get asked the most? And that question is, how did you get into candle making? And I think we have to like go back a little bit. Let's go back in time. Let's go back and take a look at Victoria's life. And I'm talking, we're going to go back a little ways. So let's just start off with this. My very first job was working in a movie theater as a popcorn girl. And, you know, I was like 15 years old. You were supposed to be 16 before you could go to work, but I was always older than my age, you know, I think. And I was like ready to go to work at 15. And so my mom, which I'm not condoning this, and I don't even think you can get away with this day and age, but she like whited out my age or my birth year on my birth certificate and wrote in a year earlier so that I could get this job at the movie theater. So that was my first job at 15 years old, and she would take me back and forth to work, and I loved that little job. But when I got my driver's license when I was 16, I decided I needed something a little different. So I went and I applied for a job at a group home for mentally challenged women, grown adult women. There was 5 of them that lived there. And my job was basically to help them learn life skills. You know, we would cook dinner, we would make our beds, we would do our laundry. I worked from 3 to 9, 3 in the afternoon till 9 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday. And then every other weekend, I would work the whole weekend, spend the night there so that the house parents could have the weekend off. And I loved those women. And I was thinking about them last night. I haven't thought about them in a really long time. And I still remember their names. So we had Linda and Rosemary and Emily and Pat. Linda, Rosemary, Emily, and Pat. And when I think about those women, I still remember each of their personalities because they were each so different. And I just still remember them like it was yesterday. So that was weird. When I was thinking about that, how that, you know, that was a long time ago. Anyway, so over the years, I worked there for probably 3 or 4 years, and then over the years, you know, I had different jobs. I I worked as a nail person for a long time. I went to school and got my cosmetology license for manicuring, so I did that for about 10 years. I worked as a bartender for a while. I worked in a factory gluing labels to the front of 2-liter soda displays, and it said in grocery stores. That was a horrible job. Horrible job. I think I worked there like 3 days. It was terrible. I cleaned houses. I did a lot of stuff, but all during my work history and the things that I did, I always knew that this wasn't, none of these is what I was meant to do. Um, and I always knew that I was going to own my own business. I wasn't quite exactly sure what it was going to be, but I always knew I was going to own my own business. And it wasn't until I was 32, 33 years old that I found what I'm passionate about today and what I've been doing for the past 20 years of my life. Um, I stumbled on it. Well, I bought my first computer at a garage sale in 1998, I believe. And it had Windows 95 on it. Or I don't even know if it was Windows. I think it was just like, it didn't really have much of anything on it, to be honest with you. But it got me online and it introduced me to this whole new world. And I did a lot of things and learned a lot of stuff really fast. I was just really fascinated with how the internet worked and all of that. And anyway, I stumbled upon a candle website, like a message board, I think it was back in the day. And that's kind of where it started. And it just blossomed and grew and snowballed. And I'd never in my life before found something that I was so passionate about, that I wanted to learn everything about, that I basically put my entire life to the side. And sometimes I look back at that and think I missed out a lot on some friends and family and stuff because I was so focused on what I was doing. But yeah, I spent the last 20 years of my life devoted to this whole entire process. And I love every bit of it. And I wouldn't change any of it for the world. You know, I've learned a lot along the way. I will be perfectly honest with you. I never went to college. I got to the 12th grade of high school, and I had moved out when I was 17 years old into my own apartment. And the car, I had to drive back and forth to school. And the car I was driving was really old. And I think it was a 1964 push button Dodge. So basically, it was the same age as I was. And my heater went out in it, and I lived in Missouri, and it was the dead of winter, and I couldn't even get back and forth to school if I wanted to. So I kind of dropped out my senior year. So I don't even have my diploma. I'm not advocating that at all, any way, shape, or form. But I'm just telling you my story and what happened with me. But I always knew that I was destined to do something, and that I was going to be in control of my own destiny. So anyway, when this came along and I was so passionate about it and loved it so much, I never dreamt that 20 years later, I'd be sitting right here, but here I am. And that's just kind of what I wanted to say in today's video is I was 32, 33 years old before I figured out what I wanted to do when I grew up. And so it's never too late to follow your dreams. It's never too late to be passionate about something, no matter what it is. If it's something that you love and you're passionate about, if it's knitting or painting or raising goats or whatever it is that you're passionate about, go with that. Go with that. Learn everything you can about it. If you're passionate about it, it will take you somewhere. And it might not take you into a business per se, but it will be something that makes you joyful and happy and fulfilled. So that's just all I wanted to say about that, that don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever, no matter what age you are, whether you're 33 or 53 or 103, if you have a dream, go for that dream. Okay, so that's basically all I wanted to say about that. I love you guys so much. And I just want the best for every one of you out there, no matter what it is that you're doing. Okay, so last week we were giving away the white nectarine and pink coral cubes that I have. And then this week we're going to give away this last cube melts in the lavender vanilla. I have one more of these. So we gave away one of the lavender vanillas last week, and it's already went out to the winner. I'm pretty sure it's went out. Yes, it's went out. I was like, I need to think about that. But not only am I going to give the lavender vanilla away next week, I'm also going to give away this pumpkin crunch cake scent shot because it's fall and it smells good and I love it. So we're going to throw it in there with that, okay? So all you have to do is leave a comment below. And this week I'm going to ask you to tell me what you're passionate about. What is it that maybe you're not doing now but that you would love to do? Or what it is that you're doing now and you just love it and why you love it. So just leave those comments below. Be sure you're subscribed to our channel and we'll randomly pick a winner for those goodies in next Friday's video, okay? But this Friday, let's go ahead and give away these. So drum roll, please. Okay, our winner is, oh, where'd I put it? Simply Creative Ashley. Simply Creative Ashley, congratulations, honey. These are yours, and we will get these in the mail to you. I'll put my email address below. Just drop me a quick email, and I'll get those with your mailing address, and I'll get those in the mail to you. If I hear from you today, they'll go out today, okay? So congratulations to that, and thanks, everybody, for entering. Thanks for all your lovely comments last week. I've been really busy. I try to read them all and try to comment on most of them, but sometimes that's really hard, especially when we're this busy. And as we're moving into the fall and the cooler weather and everybody's ready to melt and burn candles and wax, we're a lot busier. We get a lot busier this time of year. Okay, so that's about it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being with me this Friday. I hope you guys are safe. I hope we're seeing a lot of bad weather from this hurricane as well. So we've been having a whole lot of rain. Candleman's trying to get that grass mowed this morning in between the rain because it's out of control long. So he's trying to get that taken care of. But I hope you all are good. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I love you very much, and I'll see you again next Friday. Mwah.